tonight, honoring the soldiers who paid the ultimate price. A local veteran is working to start a new honor guard, and he needs your help to do it.
And the conceptual designs are in for the Mission Creek Cemetery restoration project. Why some tribal members are upset about the plan.
And later, we're getting our first look at what Duluth will be asking lawmakers for during the impending legislative session.
From CBS3 Duluth, this is the CBS3 News at 10.
Good evening, I'm Kristen Bakke.
And I'm Anthony Matt. Thanks for joining us. There's a push to bring a new honor guard to the Northland, a memorial rifle squad for the new state Veterans Cemetery near Pike Lake.
The new unit would build on existing honor guards already found in Duluth, Cloquet, and other areas around the region. But to get it off the ground, organizers say they need your help.
CBS3's Jenna Wells spoke with local veterans about why this new group is so important.
The state of Minnesota is asking for a new memorial rifle squad here in the Northland, and local veteran John Marshall is working hard to make it happen.
End of life is not always the most dignified, so we really bring honor and the pride of the family member that served, because you know, the service there is sacrifice.
Marshall says the new group would help establish uniformity for honor guard ceremonies at the state cemetery and would provide resources that would encourage veterans from smaller organizations to join.
We'll be able to establish policies and procedures that will be necessary to ensure that military honors are done right.
Many local veterans have performed in honor guard ceremonies here in the Northland for decades. They say it's incredibly meaningful for both the troops and their loved ones.
Oh, it's a fantastic experience. I mean, you really can feel it hurt these people when they lose somebody.
It's good camaraderie. I think it's just a good way to support the families of the service members.
Marshall says they need donations now to get the honor guard ready to go. Money raised would pay for state and IRS filing fees and other resources like uniforms.
A lot of additional funds that are needed to establish this organization. I'm kind of paying for it up front, and hopefully I'll get reimbursed at some point. But again, if I had to pay to do military honors, I would, because it's just that important to me.
Marshall says fully establishing this new honor guard will be a long and expensive process. But to those near and dear to the cause, it's worth it to give proper honor to our nation's heroes.
It shows respect for the veterans when they pass on. And as the community starts to see this and understands more what the veteran went through. And to me, that means a lot, too.
If you're interested in providing support, donations can be sent directly to the new Veterans State Cemetery location. You can find more information on our website.
Dave's here to take a quick look at weather. Dave, definitely felt like January today.
Yeah, this morning's temperatures were as cold as 29 degrees below zero in the International Falls area. But temperatures have been increasing since sunrise. And at this stage of our game here, we're at 3 above in International Falls, 8 unbelievably mild degrees there for Proctor, 10 in Hayward, 10 through the Upper Peninsula as well. As the temperatures warm, snow chances go up, and we've had a little wave of light snow dust the Twin Ports here, and a lot of other towns have as well. Most towns probably won't get that much in the way of snow tonight or through tomorrow, but there will be a couple of exceptions. There's our day planner for Thursday. 40 to 60% chances for continuing light snow, especially in Minnesota, and it could continue in Wisconsin and the UP as well tomorrow, but then get mixed in with a little bit of rain, making the road slippery in that neck of the woods. So a couple of our zones face a winter weather advisory today, tonight, and through about tomorrow evening early on. We'll talk about who has that, how long it'll stick around, and what's to follow in just a few more minutes.
All right, thanks, Dave. A Minnesota infant died from whooping cough a few months ago. Now the state is making sure parents know how to prevent it. The Minnesota Department of Health said today the baby died in November after being hospitalized for 3 months. This is the first infant death from whooping cough since 2013. There were 25 confirmed cases of the disease in Minnesota last year. Local experts say prevention is crucial.
It's important that if you are very certain that you had whooping cough, that you give us a call before coming in, as we don't want to expose many people to this illness. And also to get your vaccination. That's of utmost primary importance, is we need to all be vaccinated to help protect those in our community.
Experts say the first stages of the illness look the same as the common cold, but as it progresses, the cough will become much more violent and create a whooping sound. Treatment is important because the cough can last as long as 100 days.
January is National Radon Action Month, and if you haven't done it in the last few years, now's the time to test your home. Radon is a naturally occurring colorless, odorless gas. Smoke or carbon monoxide detectors cannot sense it. It's the #1 cause of lung cancer in people who do not smoke. Now, according to the Superior Fire Department, of the homes in the community that were tested for the gas, 20% came back with high levels. They say you should test your home every 2 to 5 years. Kits are available at home improvement stores for about $10.
You put them out in your basement or the lowest level of your home that you live in, and they stay there for 2 to 5 days for a short-term test, and then it goes to a lab for analysis, and they'll send you back the results within a week or two, either through the internet, email, or in the mail itself.
If the tests do come back showing high levels of radon, there are mitigation systems you can install.
Crews will continue working on snow removal early tomorrow morning in Duluth. The removal process is set to continue on 1st and 2nd Streets. Crews will start work tomorrow morning at 2 a.m. Watch for no parking signs in certain areas along these routes. The city says people should move their cars out of these areas during work hours.
The 7,000 tons of road salt Duluth plans to buy will cost a ton more this year. 78% more than what the city paid last year, to be exact. Last year, the city shelled out about $35 per ton. This year, it's gone up to about $64 per ton. City officials say that's because last year, the price of salt was much lower than usual.
Last year was like, oh my gosh, it's very inexpensive. I believe it was under $40 a ton. Which is a really, really low price when its historic average is anywhere between $50 and $60.
City officials weren't exactly sure why the average salt price dropped so low last year. The 7,000 tons of salt Duluth is planning to buy is for this spring. The overall cost will come in at around $447,000. The city council is set to weigh in at its meeting on Monday night.
Redesigning an historic Native American burial ground is a challenge.
It's one a landscape architect firm is taking on the Fond du Lac Reservation. In 2017, MnDOT crews were working on a Highway 23 bridge replacement project over Mission Creek in West Duluth. Crews uncovered native burial remains while digging on a hillside.
The project immediately stopped while agencies worked to restore the area. At the request of the band, the firm Urban Ecosystems took on design plans to recreate that sacred space.
CBS 3's Jesse Slater saw some of those designs tonight and heard from tribal members about the plans.
Architects with Urban Ecosystems led a presentation Wednesday night at Black Bear Casino, unveiling their plans that restore Mission Creek Cemetery.
From minimalistic to more public and open use.
The firm took feedback from open houses and listening sessions with band members over many months.
Worked with that feedback to try to develop it into 3 different design concepts.
The 3 designs show bold structures and pathways surrounding the creek. Some include a memorial and ceremonial space.
This to be a place that can be left alone and respected and allowed to sort of heal, with also the need for some activity to prevent the future accidental disturbance of the site.
But some band members don't like what they see, even saying they're offended.
I'm appalled at your design ideas. They feel very colonized to me.
Many band members speaking out worried the design may attract tourists to their sacred space.
Let nature take its course back over again and just leave them alone, leave our ancestors alone.
The architects listening to that feedback with an open mind.
Make sure that whatever is done, that it's the most respectful and thoughtful thing that can be done for the ancestors that are buried in that place.
Urban Ecosystems will process and look at all the feedback received from band members tonight. Gear says they will try to piece the input together and consult with the Tribal Business Council on the best way to proceed.
Still to come on Live Local CBS 3, after years of seeking money for a key piece of infrastructure, Duluth is renewing their focus on seawall funding ahead of the legislative session.
Plus, the president talks Iran, suggesting the U.S. is stepping away from further conflict with the country.
Record low for this day, 31 below from 1974. Got pretty close this morning, within 2 degrees of that up in International Falls. But now things are warming up, clouding up, and chances for snow going up. How long will they stay up? We'll take a look at the 7-day coming up in just a couple more minutes.
CBS3 News is brought to you by Duluth Casino.
There are a lot of reasons why someone chooses to be an attorney, but I was motivated by one reason. I wanted to help people. And I've built Nicolay Law to become a firm full of people who are motivated to help others.
Clients generally come to us when they feel like their lives have been turned upside down.
So that's where we come in and they have somebody on their side.
They leave feeling as though they can rebuild their lives or grow from there.
Nicolay Law, the North Shore's injury, disability, and bankruptcy law firm.
Have you been thinking of a new kitchen? Turn drab into fab. Skip's Home Center can make your outdated cooking space shine again with a new 10x10 oak kitchen for as little as $1,675. We have the largest selection of in-stock cabinets in the Northland and an outstanding team of professionals who can answer any questions you have. We also offer an at-home design viewer before purchasing so you know exactly how it'll look before owning. Buy today. Enjoy your new kitchen tonight. Visit us online at skipshomecenter.com or stop in and see our showroom at 4728 Rice Lake Road in Duluth.
What is the 2020 census? Every 10 years, the census records everyone living in this country. It's written in the Constitution and comes in a questionnaire that counts everyone who lives at your address on April 1st. The data can be used to inform funding for services like fire stations, schools, clinics, and representation that affect your community. Shape your future. Start here. Visit 2020census.gov.
In the Army National Guard, family means everything.
Our parents, they were really supportive that all 5 of us would join. I got my education because of the Guard. I got to travel a little bit and experience a whole different culture. It helped me get my job, it helped me pay for my house. Being part-time really helped because I could have some opportunities that were still in education.
Serving part-time in the Army National Guard instills pride that you and your family will share. Visit NationalGuard.com to learn more about part-time service.
Now, the CBS3 Duluth Weather Max forecast with meteorologist Dave Anderson.
Our latest low pressure system will hit the eastern part of our region a little bit harder than the western part. So we're looking at a winter weather advisory in the tip of the arrowhead for Minnesota till about 6 o'clock on Thursday. Thanks to lake aggravation along with our low pressure system, there's a chance for 3 to 6 inches of snow there. And then for our friends in Wisconsin here now, winter weather advisory could go until 6 o'clock Thursday as well, into the UP as well, because this part of our world may not get that much snow, but there could be some rain mixed in with the deal, and that could make things slippery. And since we last talked at 6 o'clock, this advisory has backed into all of northwestern Wisconsin now, and it's not just from the Bayfield Peninsula through the UP. Let's hope it doesn't back into Minnesota. Try to spare some folks here. And we keep our fingers crossed that everything goes out all right tomorrow in Wisconsin, of course. Now we take a look at the current conditions at the airport before we start talking about this forecast here. And the streets of Ely behind look pretty dark here tonight. And in the Duluth airport area, it's mostly cloudy. 8 degrees above zero for the temperature, 73% for our relative humidity, and easterly southeasterly wind has gusts up towards 18 miles per hour. So if this was last night with the Arctic air coming to call, we'd definitely have a wind chill advisory. But now with the cloud cover and temperatures up a little bit, at least we don't have to worry about that. So our low pressure system coming in from the west has already lifted one spoke of its precip through the area here, and really just in lighter snows that didn't add up to much. But through persistence until about 6 o'clock tomorrow, it likely will add up to more for folks in the arrowhead of Minnesota. And again, mixed in with a little bit of rain tomorrow, Wisconsin and Michigan will be under the gun. So we go from the here and now to what's coming up tomorrow. Yeah, that low pressure system tracking through the region brings 50-60% chance for this snow and this mix that we're talking about. But again, by tomorrow evening, this should pass and things will settle down and become very nice, frankly. We've got higher pressure coming in again from the north, so it will be a little bit cool, but it will also be sunny. So Friday, partial sunshine. Saturday, partly cloudy to mostly sunny. Very nice day before our next snow chance comes around here, probably on Sunday. But this initial go-around with the precip, what do we get? Well, by tomorrow night, Iron Rangers may get 1 to 3 inches of snow. And again, the North Shore from Two Harbors to Grand Portage may get 3 to 6. And Wisconsin is facing that mix. The rest of us, maybe a ½ inch to 1 inch worth of very light, fine snow, like we're seeing in Duluth here already. Tonight in Minnesota, our low temps, they will run early on, at least, from about 8 to 14. Temps will increase, though, as the night goes on. And for Wisconsin and Michigan, low temps there, probably 12 to 18. High temps tomorrow, Wisconsin, Michigan, pretty close to 32 degrees. That's why we have the chance for the rain-snow mix. And in Minnesota, the highs go from as cool as 20 near International Falls to as warm as 28 for Park Point, 50-50 shot at the lighter snows. And I do think Minnesota snow tomorrow will be on the lighter side. And we get a break as we clear up and cool down for Friday and Saturday. So Saturday will be like this morning, perhaps at about 10 below Duluth, colder inland. Then the next snow chance after that hits on Sunday and might linger through Tuesday. Warming up again with the old roller coaster of temperatures here, followed by yet another dial down by next Wednesday.
A lot of peaks and valleys in there.
Yeah, a lot of peaks and valleys.
Warm, cold, warm, cold.
And you average them out, and it comes up fairly close to normal, like the 2019 temperatures did. From that bitterly cold February to that really warm July, when the numbers came out on January 2nd for the year, 0.2 degree warmer than normal.
There you go. Thanks, Dave.
Duluth is laying out their agenda heading into this year's legislative session. Their big goal, millions of dollars to repair the city's damaged shoreline. That includes the years-long battle to secure bonding dollars to repair the crumbling seawalls behind the deck. They're also looking for money for Phase 3 of Lake Walk repair and reinforcing an additional stretch of it from Leif Erikson Park to 21st Avenue East to be better prepared to handle storms. In all, the work will cost about $62 million. So, Mayor Emily Larson says asking for $13.5 million in state money would soften the city's financial blow.
It is really also about, supporting our city. We end in that lake, and if we aren't ensuring that we are building a coastline that works in concert with our changing environment, we're going to continue to erode into the core of the city.
The City Council will weigh in on Duluth's legislative priorities during Monday's meeting. We'll hear much more from Mayor Larson on this topic and what else the city plans to ask for this year tomorrow night on the CBS3 News at 6.
A Duluth lawmaker kicked off her re-election campaign at the Duluth Folk School tonight. Representative Liz Olson will be seeking her third term at the state capitol. The Democrat serves District 7B, spanning from Gary New Duluth to the Duluth Heights neighborhood. Olson has championed legislation addressing poverty as well as education. She has also served on the Health and Human Services Reform Committee and the State Government Committee. Olson says she wants to continue that work for another 2 years.
Really more than this, it'll be about getting out on the doors and talking to neighbors in their own communities at their doorstep about things they care about. I'm glad to be serving the Duluth District of 7B and happy to be running for re-election.
Olson was first elected in 2016. Her current term ends next January.
Still to come on Live Local CBS 3, after a week of back-and-forth strikes, tensions between Iran and the U.S. appear to fizzle out. Details coming up.
CBS3 Live Cams are brought to you by Kohler Toyota. Presidential Award-winning service. You're not just getting a car, you're getting Kohler. KohlerToyota.com.
Move snow with your half-ton pickup like the pros with the rugged Western HTS. A full-sized, full-featured snowplow that gives you pro-like performance without extra weight. Handle standard duty commercial or extended use homeowner plowing with the Western HTS. Serious snow control. Designed exclusively for your half-ton pickup.
Get your snowplow from the experts at JM Auto Service. We are Western Snowplow headquarters.
When it comes to roofing, Scott Dietrichson is your local expert. For over 20 years, Scott has provided roofing, siding, windows, doors, decks, and more to thousands of satisfied customers in the Northland. As Duluth's premier roofing expert, Scott is the one to call for all types of roofing, including flat and rubber roofing. He specializes in hail and wind damage, and he'll work with your insurance company to make the claims process easy. Call or visit us online today for a free estimate. Scott Diedrichson Construction, your local roofing expert.
At Anytime Fitness, we know that healthy doesn't happen on its own. It happens with the right help.
At the right times.
In the right ways. With an ally who listens.
With coaching.
Team workouts.
And community. To help you get to your goals.
So let's do this thing. Whatever that thing is.
Let's tune out this and turn up this.
And let's make healthy happen.
For you.
Dear road rivals, I hope you like second place, because first place is all mine. You see, AMCI testing certified that I have better traction up steep hills than the Honda CR-V. I'm a stickler for really good traction, and I won't let go of my grip on first place anytime soon. Sorry, not sorry. RAV4. Toyota, let's go places.
Get your news on the go. The CBS3 mobile app.
Mining. It's a part of Minnesota's history that affects everyone in the Northland still to this day. From environmental issues to economics and so much more. Join me, Kristen Bakke, every Tuesday for Eye on Mining. A fair and unbiased report that answers the tough questions surrounding the world of mining.
Eye on Mining with Kristen Bakke. Tuesdays at 10 only on live local CBS3. Brought to you by Iron Mining Association.
Save up to 40% any in-stock Winter Columbia and the North Face at Northwest Outlet.
Northland, when you want the most new country, make the switch to Cat Country, 98.9 KTZO.
Never met a girl like you. What makes you country?
Number one for the most new country.
Iran's supreme leader called retaliatory missile attacks on two bases housing U.S. troops in Iraq, quote, a slap in the face of America.
President Trump apparently backed away from the immediate prospect of more conflict with Iran after no lives were lost in Tehran's response to killing of its top general.
CBS News correspondent Natalie Brand has more from the White House.
President Trump appeared to step away from further military action after he announced there were no American casualties in retaliatory missile attacks by Iran.
Iran appears to be standing down.
Less than a week after the U.S. killed Iran's top general in a drone attack, Iran launched more than a dozen missiles at two bases housing U.S. and coalition troops in Iraq. Some officials speculated Iran intentionally hit the bases without causing casualties. But Joint Chiefs Chairman General Mark Milley, speaking to reporters off camera, indicated he doesn't think so.
They were intended to cause structural damage, destroy vehicles and equipment and aircraft, and to kill personnel.
In his Wednesday address, President Trump also announced additional sanctions against Iran while calling for diplomacy.
We must all work together toward making a deal with Iran that makes the world a safer and more peaceful place.
Vice President Mike Pence spoke to Norah O'Donnell in his first interview since the strike.
We don't seek regime change in Iran, but we want to see the regime change its behavior.
The Trump administration made its case on Capitol Hill for the strike that killed Soleimani, but a number of Democrats and at least a couple of Republicans were not satisfied.
Drive-by notification or after-the-fact lame briefings like the one we just received aren't adequate.
My reaction to this briefing was it was sophomoric and utterly unconvincing.
Speaker Nancy Pelosi says the House plans to take a vote on a war powers resolution Thursday to try and limit President Trump's military action against Iran.
The FBI warned today of potential terror threats and cyber attacks posed by Iran.
Kelly's here to talk about some sports. Got some UMD hockey.
We got some UMD hockey this weekend. We're going to talk a little bit about what happened with Adam Thielen and the Vikings. But UMD men's hockey looking to kick off 2020 on a high note. Sports is next.
Hey, Dutch boy, show me Mocha Red.
Okay.
Does it have a smooth, durable finish?
Yes, and it's 50% more stain resistant.
You still talking to Dutch boy? Dutch boy, show me Sleepy Purple.
Okay.
Oh, would you look at that?
That's better.
he'll still help us paint, right?
With Dutch Boy's quality paint and Menards expert service, you can twist off to something great.
Right now at Menards, get 11% off everything, including Dutch Boy paint.
The balances on your credit cards are worse than your yoga poses.
It's going to be a stretch to make those payments.
Feel that high interest burn.
Oh, nice fall, just like your credit.
Namaste.
Are your credit card debts throwing you off balance and your interest rates tying you in knots? Just one call to Consolidated Credit can get the debt suckers off your mind. They can lower your interest rates and consolidate your debts to get you out of debt fast without destroying your credit. The program works. Call Consolidated Credit to find out if the program is right for you. The call is free. Call
1-800-322-8269. 1-800-322-8269. That's 1-800-322-8269. 1-800-322-8269.
Because that sucks.
The Culligan high-efficiency water softener is the world's best. It's backed by the industry's strongest warranty and serviced by the world's largest local dealer network. Click or call Culligan Water and start saving today.
Classic Rock KQ, the Northland's #1 radio station for almost 40 years. We thank you for making us the Northland's #1 radio station. Classic Rock 95 KQDS.
Census taker. Good pay, flexible hours. Help shape your community's future. Be a census taker. Apply today.
Now, CBS3 Sports with Kelly Hinson.
It has been a long time no see for UMD hockey, as it has been nearly a month and a half since the UMD men's hockey team played on their home ice over at Amsoil Arena. Though this weekend they're back at home and back to conference play with one heck of a matchup. Western Michigan, their opponent, has always been known to give UMD a hard time. The Bulldogs met them once on the road last year, and if you remember, it was a tough one. They lost on Friday night and tied on Saturday night. But UMD this year has had a great end to their first half of the season. They ended with that convincing non-conference sweep over Merrimack on the road at the end of the last month.
Nice to have the confidence winning those last, 4 games. Kind of gets the team morale up, and obviously with Sandy back, it's nice to, have everybody back and on the same page. So we just have to do what we've been doing to have success, like the last couple of years. Just have everybody be bought in, and if you don't have any passengers, then it's a good recipe for success.
I think it's weekend by weekend, and we did what we needed to do in the first half to put ourselves in a good position, but there's a lot of games left, and I'm pretty pumped up that our guys had a good start to the second half with the wins at Merrimack, and sound like we played better in the second night. I like the vibe right now with our group. Obviously, we've got a tough opponent this weekend with Western.
UMD hockey welcomes in Western Michigan for the team's first matchup of 2020. Friday's game will be on Fox Sports North, just as a programming note, and then Saturday we'll be back on My 9 Sports, and puck drop is both nights at 7:07 p.m. And it's been a whirlwind of a few weeks for UMD women's head coach Maura Kroll. Kroll went from coaching her Team USA under-18 team to a gold medal in Slovakia to coaching her UMD team to a Minnesota Cup championship. For the under-18 squad and for Kroll in her second go-around with the team, it was sweet, sweet revenge, winning gold this year. Last year, the team fell in the championship, settling for a silver medal. They did so in dramatic fashion as well, with an overtime goal from Kiara Zanin. That sealed it for the red, white, and blue in overtime.
You know, you watch the two kids on the 2-on-0 go down there, you cross your fingers that they make the right play, and then the energy and the commotion and everything, you just see that red light, that goal light. I know goal lights are kind of old-fashioned now, but for a coach, when there's a lot of people jumping up, you see that, and all is right in the world, really. So it was awesome. No, even though the two teams are neck and neck, and we go to overtime a lot with them, new format with 3v3 overtime for 20 minutes is it's interesting. It makes it pretty fun.
And NBA action, the Milwaukee Bucks on the West Coast taking on Golden State tonight. At last check, it was a late start just about an hour and a half ago. The Bucks led 47-39 at the half. After an Outback Bowl victory and a season to remember for Gopher football, defensive end Antoine Winfield Jr. is foregoing his final 2 years of collegiate eligibility to declare for the 2020 NFL Draft. He is the first Gopher to enter the draft early since 2014. This season, he started all 13 games at safety, notching 85 total tackles and 7 interceptions. Meanwhile, the Wisconsin Badgers are losing some big offensive pieces to the NFL Draft as well. 3 juniors, Jonathan Taylor, Tyler Biotish, and Quintus Cephas, have all declared for the draft. In addition to that, sophomore receiver Aaron Cruikshank has entered the transfer portal. He had 2 kickoffs for touchdowns this season. And we did mention Adam Thielen left practice for the Vikings early today. No word on an update to his injury. He was limited. We'll keep you updated tomorrow and whether or not he'll be limited tomorrow going forward ahead of the Vikings game on Saturday. That's going to do it for sports. We'll be right back after the break.
CBS3 closed captioning is brought to you by Essentia Health St. Mary's Medical Center, proud to serve as the Northland's only adult Level 1 trauma center.
During the New Year's sale at Home Furniture, take an extra 10% off sale prices. Plus, get no interest financing for 1 year and free shipping when you spend $4.99 or more. The New Year's sale at Home Furniture.
Every weekday, millions of pets are left at home while kids go to school. Unless
we're looking at blowing snow throughout the afternoon. We have a winter storm warning that's in effect for the entire Northland. All schools will be closed today. It's a snow day, everyone.
Watch CBS3 this morning or visit CBS3Duluth.com for the latest school closings. Brought to you by these fine sponsors.
You already know that Cary Toyota Superior is a great place to buy and service your vehicle, but we have a lot more to offer every driver and not just people with Toyotas. We have the Yakima line of products for the adventure seekers, including roof racks, bike and kayak racks, and cargo carriers. We also have running boards, bed steps, and Axis brand tonneau covers like I put on my truck. And for those of you who like a clean vehicle, we have professional detailing services and all-weather floor liners from Toyota and WeatherTech. Cary Toyota Superior, we have something for every driver.
When news happens, CBS3 is there.
The smoke is still really heavy. You can smell it.
Tonight at 10, we'll be out here in the storm.
Anytime, day or night.
And while this is a very active scene, the public is being asked to stay away from the area.
Good afternoon, I'm Kristen Bakke. We're cutting in with a follow-up to some breaking news out of Cloquet this morning. CBS3 first got word of this fire and went to the scene at around 3:30.
For breaking stories that impact the Northland most, turn to CBS3.
In the Army National Guard, family means everything.
Our parents, they were really supportive that all 5 of us would join. I got my education because of the Guard. I got to travel a little bit and experience a whole different culture. It helped me get my job, helped me pay for my house. Being part-time really helped because I could have some opportunities that were still in education.
Serving part-time in the Army National Guard instills pride that you and your family will share. Visit NationalGuard.com to learn more about part-time service.
Home Furniture presents the Stickley Winter Event. For a limited time, enjoy 35% savings on Stickley premium solid wood furniture and fine upholstery. Own a piece of stunningly crafted history from Stickley during the Home Furniture Winter Event.
All right, Dave, some snow for folks tonight.
Yeah, we should all get a little taste of snow, some more than others. So to the map we go, where we will see there is a winter weather advisory in effect until 6 o'clock tomorrow for the tip of the Arrowhead in Minnesota. 3 to 6 inches of lake-enhanced snow is possible for folks there. The rest of Minnesota may get an inch, although Iron Rangers might try to push it towards 3. Not a huge deal. Bigger deal for Wisconsin and Michigan, though, could be the winter weather advisory for that zone, which may include a little bit of rain mixed in with light snow, making roads slippery tomorrow, so folks do have to watch out for that.
Plan a little extra time. Thanks, Dave. Thanks for joining us.